Hello everyone to another Catan video here on colonist.io. So in this game I am in the first position and I like 8-5-10, but I also noticed that there is not a lot of sheep available on this board. There is a decent amount of ore available, a decent amount of wood and brick available as well, and I like 9-5-10 uh, more than 8-5-10, obviously because of better production and also making sure that I get a good amount of break. And I don't think there's a huge difference between 8 and 9 as ore spot. So on the other hand, I can also go for something like 6-4-9, grabbing the best sheep so that I can just focus on the ore wheat sheep game. And best ore is always good. So I think more than 9-5-6, I would want to go for 9-4, but then there is very little chance that I will be able to get a decent brick spot as my second placement. And the port is also not very useful, especially because I will not be able to get any uh, like double wheat spot. So maybe I should go for 6-5-9 here. And I think I'll just go for it. There is a lot of ore available on this board. So there is some chance that I will be able to get decent ore from trades. Well, orange does a very quick pick here. I would have preferred if orange went for 6-4-9. I think grabbing sheep is more important. That said, 8-5-10 is surely not a bad spot. Yeah, so I'm not, this is the first time I'm noticing this. Maybe there is somebody who is viewing the game. Yeah, it does say here that Gerard is viewing the game. As my second pick, I would actually like to get something like 8-4-3. I don't think that will be open for me though. Uh, I think 9-10-11 will be open for me, getting me some wood and sheep. I also believe that maybe 8-3-4 might be open for me, or maybe not if somebody goes for 8-3-4, 8-5-10, 8-5-4 combination. So maybe 8-3-4 is not open. 6-3-11 is also a choice that I would have. So seems like red is prioritizing wheat over ore, and which makes sense. Red will have a good ore spot when it comes back to them. So red is hoping that black goes for something like 6-4-9, so that 8-3-4 is open for black for red. So let's see what black does. I think black can go for something like 6-4-9 and 8-3-4. They will have a lot of ore, but they can surely go towards the 3:1 port and convert their ore into wheat if needed. Can also go for something like 6-11-12, but I don't like that setup at all. very little ore, sorry, very little wheat. On the other hand, I think red can go for 6-11-12 or maybe even 6-3-11, play without any ore, but have a very strong wood port. Yeah, 6-4-9 seems to be a fine choice. That is the strongest spot available on the board right now. And I think black can pair it up with 8-3-4. Yeah, because 5-2 isn't a spot that I would go for. 8-3-4 is the only spot that makes sense here. Although they have lot of ore, but you cut off red from getting any ore, and you also wow. So now red will go for 8-3-4 for sure. Red here has to go for 8-3-4, especially because of the wood production that they have. Maybe red was hoping to get to the wood port, but 6-11-12 doesn't allow red to do that. But red can still have a very strong game because of their road building potential after going for 8-3-4. Can play with the 3-1 ports. And then I think orange might go for something like 10-3-11 or maybe 9-11-10. Yeah, if orange goes for 10-3-11, then surely I will be going for 9-10-2. Point to the right. I don't mind racing with orange for the 5-2 spot. Yeah, orange seems to be in a rush. I mean, I'm not against taking time to decide what they want to do. These are difficult choices. I mean, with 8-3-4 as well, red might be thinking about numbers being repeated, 8 and 4. But I don't think that would be too big of an issue for now. Maybe red goes for 6-3 directly. Okay, goes for 8-3-4. That was kind of expected. And now orange will go for something like maybe 6-3-11 or 9-10-11. Yeah, it does go for 6-3-11 here. And yeah, rather than going for 9-10-11, maybe I can go for 9-10-2 here. Point to the right and hopefully a 6 rolls early on so that I can just get a settle road towards the 3-1 port. Because going on 9-10-11 doesn't help me too much. Maybe I can go for 8-3 here. I actually, on second thought, I do like 8-3. My numbers will be very strong, especially my road building potential, along with my settlement spot on 8-10 seems to be pretty good. I can also grow on 9-10, and I won't be racing with anyone. My sheep isn't very strong, but I think my ore and wheat is decent enough. So based on that, I know I am leaving a board open for orange. Orange can easily build on 9-10-2, but in this case, I won't be racing with anyone and directly get a 3-1 port as well. So early 4. So red does have a road in hand, but not much that I can do. I would want a few early nines to roll so that I can get a city soon enough. And now I think I think my first target should be to get a settlement on 810. Actually, I should try and get towards 912 first. Getting the brick port along with increasing my ore production isn't a bad choice at all. Yeah, so red is trying to get a couple of roads. I roll a 7 and here I can block the 8 ore and steal from red. Red has a ore, so if I get a ore, I will be able. Okay, I get a brick, which is fine. If I had a ore, I would have surely built, gotten a dev card here. So, and 8 rolls here, so I do have a settlement in hand. I know red will be building a couple of roads. I don't think red will be able to get a road and a settlement. Sorry, couple of roads and a settlement here. If a 8 and a 6 rolls, I will now build on 810 first. I already have secured my brick port by building a road, so black cannot cut me off, even if they get a little lucky. So seems like, wow, red is going towards 9, 10, 11. So that clearly leaves the option of 8, 10 open to me. Here, because I don't have much, I think I'll just go. Maybe I can ask for a ore for a wheat. I don't think anybody will be willing to trade this. Yeah, as expected, nobody trades it. So I'll just get my settlement and end my turn. I would want a few nines to roll. So now I think getting a city on 695 is very strong because each 9 would give me 3 ores. 6 would basically give me a 2 is to 1 port or help me use the 2 is to 1 port, and 5 would be 2 wheats. Yeah. Maybe red should have focused on 8, 10. A 9 rolls here. That's a pretty good roll for me. Red would want a couple of 4s to roll so that they can get a settlement. 6 rolls here. Let's see if I can get a brick for ore. If this trade goes on, I will be able to get a city. Okay, so maybe I can get a trade like this. Make use of the 2:1 port that I have. How about a trade like this? Orange accepts it. Maybe I can just accept a 1:1 here. That does give me a city. So I will surely go for it now. And getting a city is very, very strong for me. Wow, immediately I am rewarded with a 9. So if a 5 rolls, I will be able to build a second city. A 5 does roll, wow. So I am getting a little lucky early on in the game. Black plays a knight, I think has to block the 9 or maybe the 5 wheat. Okay, blocks the 9 steals my sheep a little. So I would have tried getting a dev card, but because the sheep was stolen, I don't get it anymore. Let's see if I can get a sheep as well, or maybe a road. Building towards 8-10 isn't bad for me. 11 rolls here. I think I'll just go for a city based on the cards I have in hand and end my turn here. Wow, so now I already have 2 roads in hand because 8 and 6 both have rolled. I would want to roll a 7 on my turn and surely steal from orange. I think orange is in a very strong position at this point. Although I know orange has a dev card in hand and will be able to steal from me, but I think stealing from orange is alright. I do get a ore, so maybe I can go for a dev card here. Let's see if I can get any trades. How about offering a ore? Yeah, maybe I think going for dev card is fine, especially because I know orange will be targeting me, will block the 5 wheat or the 9 ore. And getting to 8-10, although important, I don't think is more important than being unblocked. I would also want to have a lead when it comes to the race for largest army. Unfortunately, I get a victory point. Wow, so that just feels like I wasted all my resources there. And a 9 rolls there. Very, very unfortunate. Yeah, so now with hindsight, just getting a road would have been so much better. This puts me in a very bad spot. Yeah, victory point is one of the worst dev cards you can get early on in the game. And especially after I did like a 5:2 with the bank. So on my turn, I would actually, I don't mind if both black and I roll a 7. That way we will be like black will have to block somebody and would not be able to steal from me. And I will be stealing from orange as well. I do roll a 7. That is exactly what I wanted. I get a brick. I would have preferred getting a wheat, but brick isn't, sorry, getting a sheep because the 11 had rolled recently, but getting brick isn't bad. Yeah, and orange rolls a 7 immediately afterwards, steals from me. Based on my road building potential, maybe I can get to the wood port as well. But at this point, I think I'll just build a road and end my turn. Maybe red might be able to build towards the 610 if red gets a few trades. Sorry, 810. Okay, red is getting a wheat. So maybe red is going for a dev card here. Okay, gets a city, not bad at all. And I should be able to get a settlement on my turn, making use of my 2:1 port. Wouldn't mind rolling a 7 on my turn. I think that's pretty good. Blocking the 9 sheep would be a good choice here. Instead, I roll a 11. So all I can do is get a 2:1 and a settlement. So yeah, I mean, orange is targeting me, but I don't think there is much that I can do about it. I know both orange and black are fighting each other for the largest army. So maybe I should withdraw myself from the race to get the largest army at this point and instead focus on getting the longest road. Here I am already on 7 points. So if I get the longest road and a single city, I should be able to win the game. Red, I think, should block the 6 brick, might block the 9 ore. Yeah, it does block the 9 ore. So that's a little unfortunate here. So here I would want black to roll a 8 and myself to roll a 6 so that I can secure the longest road by building 2 roads towards the 9, 10, 5 spot. Instead, just rolls a 9. So this is the second time 9 has rolled when the over has been blocked. A little unfortunate, but that's how it is sometimes. Would surely want to roll a 7 on my turn. I roll a 6, but not much that I can do, so I'll just end my turn. And an 8 does roll, so I should be able to get the longest road soon enough. Yeah, here red will block the 6 brick and steal from me. I would want my wood to be stolen and not my brick. Unfortunately, steals my brick. A little unlucky now, especially after everybody has been targeting me for quite some time. Wow, and a 6 roll, so very, very unfortunate now, I would surely say that. Black should be able to get another city if they have like a year of plenty or maybe even a knight. They might play the knight and steal from me. Now, this seems to be fine, but I don't want to trade with black. Yeah, this, as I said, looks to be a good trade, but I don't want to give black another city, so I'll just hold on to these cards. In the end, just has to do a 4:1 with the bank and get another dev card. Plays a road building and is able to cut off red. Wow. Here I'm not sure what I can do. I think my only choice is to build a road. Yeah, I think I'll just build a road and end my turn. Not much that I can do. Another 6 is rolled, so yeah, so now black is in a pretty good spot. I think maybe black might be able to win the game soon enough. Just get the longest road and the largest army. It's unfortunate that I have been blocked as much as I have been this game. And another 9 rolls here. Not much that I can do. Wow. Very unfortunate with the way these rolls are going now. Uh, Orange gets a, yeah, so it looks like orange is going for a city. Yeah, I think throughout this game, I have been targeted. I don't think anybody has stolen from red, black, or orange. I mean, apart from me. Yeah, black just needs to build a couple of roads. So at this point, I think uh, black should roll a 7. Although I will be losing out on a few cards, I think black losing out on 4 cards would be more important. Okay, plays a monopoly on ore. Luckily, I didn't have any. But yeah, I don't mind actually red blocking me here because my focus is still to get the longest road, which I can still do if a 6 rolls. And I can still build roads on the other side. So an 8 rolls here. So I'm not sure what I can do. Let's see if I can get any trades. Yeah, surely red wouldn't be trading with me. Uh, yeah, I think my only choice is to build a single road. I can build 2 roads here, but red will surely be able to get a settlement. Yeah, maybe I should be fighting for the longest road by building 2 roads. Getting dev cards isn't going to help me in any way. Yeah, I think I'll just go for it. I hope red gets a longer road, or else black might be able to win the game. Yeah, no point actually fighting with red here because red will be able to cut me off for sure. Let's see what red does. Red will surely be able to get a settlement. Does red win the game here? Actually, no, because red needs 3 victory points. So I would want a 6 to roll on my turn. Yeah, I cannot trade anything with red here. Maybe I go for a trade like this. Or yeah, maybe I can accept this trade with red. I know that red isn't going to win the game immediately. A sheep for 2 would also seems fine. A sheep for, yeah, I accepted sheep for 2 wood. I would have preferred if I got sheep for 2 bricks or sheep for a brick. Yeah, so now red cuts off black, which is good. And hopefully builds a longer road. Okay, yeah, so now black just needs a single road to win the game, I see. Okay, luckily black doesn't win the game. Hopefully I don't roll a 7. Yeah, I roll a 5. So that's pretty good now. Yeah, I will just get a couple of bricks here. Build a road, get the longest road for myself and get a settlement and win the game. Yeah, so very nice game there for me. Yeah, now I am promoted to the Diamond League. That's pretty good. Oh, I was robbed quite a lot. Wow. And the die statistics. Yeah, 9 helped me. My initial placement settlement on 659 was very strong. And I think going for 8-3 was also a good choice here. Black was on 8 points, so black just needed a single road to win the game. Luckily, they did not have any cards. Here, red should have surely built a longer road, and they did not do that, which helped me win the game, which is fine. Yeah, amount of resources blocked by the robber is surely, for me, it is very, very high. Amount of resources used, I did use a lot, but I was getting a lot of resources as well. And I only got a single dev card that game, and that was the victory point, which although at that point I did not like it, but in hindsight it was good for me. Yeah, and my resource income, I think red did match, but then red had wasted a lot of resources by the time. Yeah, so basically red placed a road over here which went to waste, built 2 roads over here which again did not wasn't good for them, built a road here which was again wasted. So yeah, I think red just wasted a lot of resources. It's not completely their fault, but yeah, I mean, they should have built a road here rather than trying to go on 11-4. Uh, so yeah, resources lost by getting robbed. Yeah, 8 resources. So I was targeted quite a lot, losing out on 13 resources because I was blocked and also targeted a lot. So anyway, pretty good game there for me. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. This does put me in the Diamond League. So let's see what my ranking is. I am at 137, so very close to the top 100. Feels pretty good. Yeah, hopefully I'm able to win the game. Anyway, bye for now and see you again in the next video. Bye bye.